when we all went out drinking and shit, Richie had his cuffs. This was before he became a cop, though, but he still had cuffs. And Carlos was so fucked up. Like, he gets me pumped talking about these stories. Like, we'll be in the back seat, and like Carlos will be like, "Hey, tell that one story that you don't like telling." Like, there's a billion that I'd never say on film, but that are actually funny stories, but they're so fucked up. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And like, as I was telling it, we were both fucked up, laughing and shit. Like, I added more bullshit to the story. I just invented more shit to make Carlos as excited as everybody else. Like, he's hearing something new for the first time, but he was getting so pissed off. He's like, how could you do that? And like, he was punching me like real hard in the face in the back seat. Like, my fucking cheek was all bruised and shit the next day, but we're drunk and we don't give a fuck. And then like, he took Richie's cuffs, and I was like, relax, man, I was just fucking around or whatever. And we went to Richie's house or whatever, and he took Richie's cuffs and he handcuffed me behind my back. And Richie went in. I was like, Rich, help, or whatever. I was like, he's too fucked up. And sure enough, Carlos fucking puts my head in between his legs and pile drives me in the grass, handcuffed. I couldn't brace myself with my hands to like soften the blow to my brain and my neck and spine. I don't know how I wasn't paralyzed. I think it's because I anticipated like how my body was gonna like slam, so like I flipped kinda. I did it like a somersault onto Carlos, so like it was more of a roll. Man, he almost paralyzed me, man. And then he stands up. I was like on my back with my hands behind my back. I was like, Carlos, you almost paralyzed me. Get these cuffs off me. And he with full force gives me a fucking field goals punt kick to my fucking nuts. The hardest any rape victim woman could do to an unsuspecting man in an alley. Like, the hardest you could imagine by a 6-foot fat chubby man named Carlos with fat feet too. So like, you're getting the full force, like kind of like two planets hitting, because like he's a fat guy and like my nuts are big because I'm a fucking stud muffin. But anyways, like, the fucking force of the mass colliding was like the Hadron Collider and shit, like to create black holes. And like, dude, I literally think my nuts don't work that good anymore. And he keeps hitting me in the fucking nuts, man. Everywhere we go, he'll fucking hit me in the nuts if he has a drink. He's like a crazy, like, Hispanic man. Like, I could see him, if he turns 40 years old, he's going to be running around in the streets in circles with a sombrero and, like, in a big diaper or some shit. He's, like, crazy Hispanic man. But anyways, like, my testicles, like, they're, like, pushed back into my body. I wish I could show you. Oh, yeah, I wish I could. I'll show my lucky lady. Still works, still functions, but I'm just saying, my, like, nuts don't hang like a fucking sack of wet rocks on a rag or something. They're like more up close to my body, like the round peach shape of a vagina. That's how my nuts are, because they've been kicked and punched like back into my fucking body. Sometimes they hurt, dude, just randomly. I feel them all the time. Like, I don't feel any lumps. I don't think I have cancer or some shit. But, I mean, it's just kind of like my hands. I'm always writing, always using my hands with tools and shit. And, like, my hands just hurt sometimes randomly. I have, like, carpal tunnel developing. It sucks.
my fighting dog, you're gonna be nothing but a sack of guts.
Dog's half dead. I'm buying them. I ain't selling it. Not for no 100. That dog's worth 200. $200's what I paid. That dog's worth a fortune. You let us warm ourselves. Any spare food, we pay you twice the cost for the trouble. Feel better if you lay those rifles down.
Sorry, mister, but the dog wasn't chained, so...
I don't have any room in the cabin, but if you want to get warm, you can build yourselves a fire right around there.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You do appreciate it.
I'll get you some food.
There you are. Thanks, mister.
Thank you.
Oh, sit down! Sit down! Sit down! No!
What are you laughing?
I wasn't laughing. I was just musing to myself.
Musing. Big dummy.
I'll slice your tongue out.
Nothing left of this guy, I tell you. God damn it! Oh! Alive!
Kept trying to keep out of the cold, and that was just good enough for me.
Excuse me.
What must do on your show?
Alvin, she wants to know when you're going to be ready for her.
What's the end?
Tell her soon. She says you're a virgin. She says you walk like you got a roll of nickels up your ass.